Here we go. My mic was muted. Welcome, welcome, one and all. My mic is unmuted now. And if you can put down there, one, if the sound is good and my video is clear. And let me know if the internet is not great today, but ideally my voice will be good, but I will get it fixed or get another internet if it's not good today. However, we got an explosive show. Corruption, 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 and more corruption in corrupt mayor and New Jersey State Senator, Union City Mayor, New Jersey State Senator, and the head of the New Jersey State Senate Judiciary Committee, Brian P. Stack. And we are going to hear from a man named Raymond Mitchell, Hudson County resident, who he says Mayor and Senator Brian Stack choked him at a party. And we're going to play a video of him talking with, I believe it was John Hines when he was with Hudson TV. Then we're going to play a video of a witness who said, yes, Brian Stack did choke, strangle Raymond Mitchell, an innocent man. And then we're going to actually I'm going to call Raymond Mitchell and you're going to hear from him personally. Why would the mayor and state senator and head of the Senate Judiciary Committee choke a man? And the witness, and I forget his name, but it'll be in the video. It's going to be mind-blowing, explosive. The witness talks at a meeting directly to Mayor Stack and he says, I'm the person everyone wants to talk with. I saw you choke Raymond Mitchell, and Stack just laughs at him. He laughs at him. That is sick. And then one of the other commissioners who was commissioner at the time, he wanted to talk, and Stack says, oh, no, don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. You're a paid hack. You're a paid hack. Anyone who exposes Mayor Brian Stack's corruption for over 25 years he's been mayor, he says, they're paid by Nick Sacco, the mayor of North Bergen. You're a paid hack. Every single person. He's been doing that for years. And he does that to me as well. That's how he tries to justify people or tries to discredit people who are exposing Stack's corruption. So I want to bring on Garden State Accountability, Vinny, and I want to bring on AV Designs right now, Aria, and Garden State Accountability, of course, member of the Tyranny Response Team. Welcome, Vinny.
What's going on?
And also Aria, member of the Tyranny Response Team, my incredible video editor, best editor in the biz. And so welcome, everybody.
Thank you. I'm more the behind the scenes and they're in front of the scenes.
No, but behind the scenes is just as important as in front of the scenes.
You're right. I ain't discrediting that.
Now, we're also going to talk to a gentleman named Charles Pratt, who has been a witness to a number of the attacks on me. Witnessed it. We're going to talk with him on the phone for a few minutes. And then the core of our show today. People sometimes say, you can't make this stuff up. But of course, you can make anything up. But the fact is, in Union City and Hudson County and the state of New Jersey, with the extreme corruption of Mayor and Senator Brian Stack, you don't have to make it up. I just found out about a secret bill that Senate wants to get passed. But because of the New Jersey Monitor, please check out the NewJerseyMonitor.com. They are awesome. They expose corruption. They're the only ones doing it other than me and my team. They posted a really good article just a few days ago that says there's a secret bill that is going to be proposed, and it is being sponsored by President of the New Jersey State Senate, Nick Scutari, who's a very good friend and major little puppet boy of Senator and Mayor Brian Stack. And this new bill is going to take the one final watchdog agency that investigates corruption in the entire state of New Jersey, and it is headed right now by acting comptroller is his name, Kevin Walsh. And what they're going to do in this bill, if they pass it, they're going to take away the investigative powers from the comptroller. They're going to take away the subpoena powers of the comptroller and take it to be theirs so they can investigate themselves. It's insane. Who does the comptroller investigate? The senators, the assembly people in Trenton, New Jersey, and mayors and different agencies throughout the state. And Nick Scutari and Senator Brian Stack, they're claiming, oh, we're duplicating. We have too many duplicate investigative bodies. This is the one last one because New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin is dirty, corrupt. But bizarrely, he actually has come out publicly and said, if this bill passes, corruption will be even bigger. So I guess he got a little bit of a conscience, or maybe not conscience, but some integrity. So, hey, I'll celebrate him. If that's true, that's one portion. I'll celebrate that. The other is all corrupt. But hey, you're moving in the right direction, Matt Platkin. So with that, before we start playing the videos, what's your comment? Garden State accountability. Oh, by the way, before that, welcome everyone. I want to give some shout outs. Brown Sugar, Patricia Walton, Frank Pants, Dub Wubs, Rami, is that Ali, and Lisa Rangel, Kev Factor, Harry Bird, Jethro Miller. You're all awesome. God bless you. And thank you for your support. Please like this video so YouTube will send it out to more peeps in the world, and share this everywhere on every social media platform you have, and your friends as well. Ask them to share it. The whole world needs to know this and learn this information. And also, Garden State, if you can continue to share the GoFundMe in here as well.
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I have to raise $15,000 for the attorney, because I am facing extreme false criminal charges of third-degree aggravated assault against a police officer. For Lieutenant Glenn Gaston, who's on the Brady list, he intentionally fell to set me up. And if found guilty, I'm looking at 3 to 5 years in state prison, because I have been attempting to protect children from an alleged S predator in Union City schools named Edward Martinez. And Stack has been trying to stop me at all ways. And this is the biggest, most extreme way he's tried to stop me so far. So anything you can donate to that. We've raised about $9,400 so far, $9,400. And I have Jacob Uriel, incredible attorney, Sean of Long Island Audit's attorney, the best in the country for criminal matters. And Sean said if he was ever accused of MURD, you know what I mean, that Jacob Uriel is the attorney that he would choose. And
the link is in the description if you guys are watching this later for the GoFundMe, Leroy's PayPal, and I believe you have a Cash App in there as well.
All
so
right.
if anybody wants to donate that way, you can as well.
All right, excellent. And also, Mons, if you can put the Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in there, and GoFundMe. I appreciate that, everyone. So now let's get started. So stay tuned now, everyone. Like this video, subscribe. Now we're going to watch the first video, which is Raymond Mitchell, a Hudson County resident. He was inexplicably strangled, according to him, in North Bergen, New Jersey, at a holiday event. And we're going to talk to him just a few minutes, but we're going to watch first this video of him telling his story to, it was Hudson TV at the time, and then we're going to see a commissioners meeting with Mayor and Senator Brian Stack, where a witness will talk directly to Mayor Stack's face, and Stack laughs back at his face. He thinks it's funny that he strangled this guy, allegedly, Ray Mitchell. Okay, play the tape, please, Vinny.
Hudson County TV spoke with Raymond Mitchell, the Secaucus resident who was allegedly choked by Brian Stack at Switchland Park.
What happened was, as soon as I entered the premises, I saw Alex Velasquez. I shook his hand, and after I shook his hand, I turned around and I went to shake Brian Stack's hand, and also Commissioner Irizarry. What happened was, Brian Stack leaned over to speak to Commissioner Irizarry. So then I turned around and I looked to see if I saw anybody I knew. And when I went back, what happened was Brian Stack started to say, why didn't I say hi to him? Also, why am I going to public meetings? Am I a spy? No one's going to take him out of office. Then he started calling me outside. Let's fight a one-on-one. And then after that, he just lunged at me and he started choking me at the scene. As soon as it was about maybe 30 seconds to a minute, he was grabbing my neck. My head was going back and forth. Commissioner Irizarry, Alex Velasquez, and also any of the other detectives that were there didn't do anything to help him and to protect my safety. Also, what happened was, as soon as he let go, he started still calling me outside and saying that he wanted to fight me. And then I stumbled a little bit. Commissioner Arizari got in the middle of us. And then after that, Commissioner Arizari told me to leave. I came outside. I saw a friend that I came with, Danny Alvarez. I explained to him what happened, and he told me to call the police.
Mitchell stuck to his claim that the incident indeed happened, despite the fact the administration has denied such an incident occurred.
I'm asking
Political, how can I get it?
I'm asking you a question.
And I answered you.
Was there an altercation in front?
I answered you.
I didn't hear. What'd you answer? Yes,
I
no?
answered you.
What'd you say?
I answered you.
I didn't hear what you
You can
said.
make
Yes
your
or no?
comment, Mr. Tavelli, please. You can make your comment. If you have a statement you'd like to make or any comments.
I'm just asking you.
Right, let's play the other video.
You didn't give me a yes or no.
Right, pause that one. But don't play yet. Look at that. And Mayor and Senator Brian Stack, according to Hudson TV, John Hines, lied. According to Ray Mitchell says that Stack strangled him and challenged him to a one-on-one fight and called Ray Mitchell a spy. What's wrong with that man? That's sick. And there are witnesses. But what do corrupt politicians do when they're contacted by the media? They deny. Fortunately, there were witnesses here. This is Mayor and Senator Brian Stack. And by the way, this took place in 2013, I believe. And he's been doing a lot worse than that. I mean, but that's terrible. Strangled a man because he goes to public meetings. And it's like, why do you keep going to public meetings? Because they're public meetings. That's where the people can publicly expose their corrupt mayor and Senator Brian Stack. But he doesn't want that. So let's play, Vinny, now the next clip. And this is from an actual commissioners meeting where Emilio, he's a Union City resident. He actually lives in Florida now. But Emilio will speak and ask about the attack that Stack allegedly did against Raymond Mitchell. And then you're going to hear from a witness who was there. And you're going to see Stack laugh at him and mock at him and think it's funny that he strangled this person. And if you've ever seen Guilty Face, watch Stack's face closely when this witness is telling Stack what he saw with his own eyes. Let's play the reel there, Vinny.
Thursday evening, the Union City Board of Commissioners held their semi-weekly meeting. The meeting turned to be very interesting as Emilio Del Valle of the Union City Concerned Citizens Group asked Mayor Brian Stack point blank whether or not the alleged assault at Schritzen Park from Friday was or was not true. Stack denied the incident, simply stating that no such altercation occurred.
Rumors out there says this could have been because of an altercation you had Friday at Shifting Park at a party.
Mr. Tavelli, I'm not going to that stuff.
No, because that's what I'm reading.
You can make the comments that you like, so everybody knows your agenda.
Was there a
Pause.
You need to do what you're doing here.
What Stack said to this man, Emilio, everyone knows what your agenda is. That's how Stack attempts to discredit anyone who exposes his criminal actions, exposes his corruption. He's been doing that for decades. Remember, he's been mayor for over 25 years. There's a reason term limits need to exist, by the way. Corruption happens so often when they're in power for that long. But he's also, remember, simultaneously a New Jersey state senator, very powerful position. And simultaneously, he is the head of the Senate Judiciary Committee, the most powerful position in the state. So Brian Stack has the legislative covered with New Jersey state senator, executive branch with with Union City mayor, and the judiciary branch with being the head of the Senate Judiciary Committee who picks all the judges in the entire state. He picks all the prosecutors in the entire state, and he directly or indirectly tells the governor who to pick for attorney general. You think people get fair trials if he doesn't want them to? There's a whole bunch of allegations about that. So it is just the corruption is so big. So now every single person who has exposed him, other journalists, he says, you're paid by Nick Sacco, Mayor Nick Sacco. You're paid, you're a political hack. We know what your agenda is. That's his deflection technique. It's so sophomoric, so immature. And anyone with intelligence can see straight through that. All right, so let's play this clip now. Continue with Emilio here. We know what his agenda is. Yes, his agenda is to expose the corruption and expose the alleged strangulation, choking of Raymond Mitchell. Go ahead, Vinny.
it tonight.
No,
I understand that. I understand how you make your money.
Hey, I'm
You're
asking you a
political, how
question.
can I get it?
I'm asking you a question.
And I answered you.
Was there an altercation in
I
front?
answered you.
I didn't hear. What'd you answer? Yes,
I
no?
answered you.
What'd you
I didn't
say?
hear
I
it.
answered you.
I didn't hear what you
You can
said.
make
Yes
your
or no?
comment, Mr. Tavelli, please. You can make your comment. You have a statement you'd like to make or any comments? you
I'm
want to
just
say?
asking you the question, yes or no? You didn't give me a yes or a no.
No, sir, there was not.
No, it wasn't.
Whoa! Pause.
From Nick when I
He, according to Raymond Mitchell, Stack just lied. And according to the witness, Stack just lied. He wouldn't answer the question, was there an altercation? He said, I answered that. I don't know if he did. Maybe he did, and there were two people talking at the same time, or he didn't, and he said he did. But then he finally said, no, there was none. According to Raymond Mitchell, that is a lie. According to the witness, you're going to see in just a few minutes, just a minute, that would be a lie, according to him. All right, continue, Vinny.
All right.
asked him about
You sure
Lydia
it wasn't?
Coleman,
Just please allow him to finish. please.
So there was no altercation. And I know,
Mr. Tavelli, I answered your
I'm reading
question.
it, you know,
I
and
answered
I'm
your
worried
question.
because they
he
told me
even
that
answered it. Nick never
You told
answers
the
my
guy-
question.
Ray Mitchell. And then allegedly you said some words about that, if he belongs to those guys there and some couple, things that weren't nice. And I would like to know, who do you mean by those guys that were? These,
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Okay. So there was no problem on Friday?
I answered your question, sir.
Okay, I'm glad that you did.
Please come here with something constructive.
No,
Mr.
I-
Tavelli. Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate your answer.
And I appreciate your comments, sir.
You got it.
Thank you.
Pause, Vinny.
However, it had even
Pause.
more.
So Stack says, please come with something constructive. Stack, who's watching this, by the way, Mayor Brian Stack is watching this. The Attorney General of New Jersey is watching this. The governor of New Jersey may be watching this. Stack says, come with something constructive. Stack, you don't get to dictate what someone from the public wants to speak about during their public comment time, which is protected by, let's see. It's protected by Mr. Bill. You know who Mr. Bill is? Mr. Bill of Rights, the First Amendment. The content is up to the public, not to you. And so now Stack was allegedly lying to his face about an altercation. And now let's see what this witness says at a meeting, the same meeting, right after Emilio spoke, and watch Stack's face. And you tell me, is that the look of a guilty man or not? Continue, Vinny, please.
Intriguing turn of events. Mitchell's witness, Emilio Lopez, came forward in front of the board, stating that all of the incidents stated in the police report from the North Bergen PD was in fact true.
My name is Emilio Lopez. I'm a resident of West New York. I was the gentleman that was next to the person that you grabbed by the neck. I'm the witness that everybody wants to meet, I guess. And we went to Hudson, North Bergen Police Department, and they said that nothing happened. I was a witness. I was next to the gentleman when you grab him, struck him like that. He was next to, what's your name, sir?
My name?
Yes.
I don't have to explain it.
Mr. Alisari, correct? I was next. I just want to hear from you. I was next to them. You were there. You were all laughing. You and some other. There were about 4 of you guys, and I don't think that's fair what you guys did. I stood there with my cell phone, right next to this gentleman, while you guys were laughing about what you guys did, and you.
He's laughing now. You see him?
Yeah. Look at him. Look at the guilty look on his face, Vinny
He's
and Arya. Look at the guilty look. It's crazy.
Literally laughing as the man is talking.
About strangling.
He
He's
sees
got no
joy in
reason
it
to
almost.
make, yeah, Arya. Yeah, go ahead, Arya. What's your?
No, I'm saying he's almost like he sees joy in I don't know. It's sickening for someone in that position to look back at the people that way. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's really
Right.
disgusting.
It is. And look at the core, though. Both of those people, Raymond Mitchell and this gentleman, are saying Mayor and Senator Brian Stack strangled this man, attacked this man. It's aggravated assault. That's actual aggravated assault. Now, what I'm being accused of, which is false charge from 2 weeks ago, which I went to jail for. And Raymond Mitchell, I understand, was injured. We're going to talk with him in just a minute. Ray, I know you're on here listening to this now. So let's continue and watch Mayor Stack's face carefully. because it sounds like, you know, they've seemed pretty credible, shall we say? They have no motive that I'm aware of. So, and let's continue, Vinny.
Mr. May. Then police went inside North Bergen, inside the Truson Park, and you told the police officer nothing happened. That's the reason why I was a witness in this case. I don't think it's fair what you did. It was not polite.
Look at his face.
I don't know if you were drunk,
Wow.
whatever. Don't laugh. You know it's true. I'm here, standing here, testifying this. Okay? I don't think it's fair what you did.
So thank you for your comment.
Wow.
Thank you, sir. Your hat, sir. I forgot your hat.
I'm John Hedges with Hudson County TV. For more
Okay.
information, log on to Hudson County.
That's sickening.
So, what? Look at Stack's face. Is that how a normal human would react or respond when they're accused of choking someone violently? That allegedly Raymond Mitchell was injured. Can you show that picture? Yeah, there we go. That's after the attack. And when Raymond Mitchell tried to get a lawyer, he went through at least 10 different meetings with lawyers because they were terrified of representing him against corrupt Mayor and Senator Brian Stack. That's not the United States of America. You can't have lawyers terrified of representing the client of what, according to Raymond Mitchell and the witness, is an aggravated assault crime. Or Stack should have gone to jail for that.
And that's
What
his
are your
face.
thoughts, Vinny?
I mean, I met Raymond Mitchell last year, and he was telling a story, and man, it is definitely disgusting. I had no idea this man can get away with so much. I mean, it's literally insane. Here's his face, and then here's Raymond Mitchell, and
Wow.
that's only a small part of Raymond's story. If you saw the live with the first live that I went to after Leroy's arrest at the commissioners meeting, you can hear some of that, some of Raymond's story.
Yep.
But,
So make sure to go to Garden State Accountability. Please subscribe to him if you're not already, and go to his last live. And Raymond Mitchell has some other accusations against Brian Stack, which are extremely disturbing. And so, Aria, what's your perspective on what you just saw and heard?
Yeah, it's another just being dismissive. Is just decrediting people again. It's just a repetitive thing. He does that. He has a reputation. Just, yeah, we know your agenda. I can't do his accent as well as you. I can't, every time you do it, I feel like
You're a political paid hack by Nick Sacco, the mayor of North Bergen.
because I hear him enough when I'm editing these videos, and then but when I hear you, it's like spot on. So perfect. In my head. That was awesome. I have to use you for any voiceover for him.
That's right.
But it just shows another repeating pattern of just abuse of power, sitting in the chair, thinking you could just discredit people. And here, right there's a picture right here shows the total opposite. So you're starting to get tired of this tap dance. So. It's just another poor move on his end. I think he needs to just own up to all these allegations and just, but he won't say he won't.
And go to jail, go to prison. Why
He won't.
don't Mayor Brian Stack? I'm going to give you a great opportunity now, a peaceful opportunity. After this live stream, I invite you to come with myself and Garden State Accountability and Scalzo Photo and Raymond Mitchell, and we'll get an Uber and we'll pay. You don't have to pay. We don't want the taxpayers paying. And we will drive you, have the Uber drive you peacefully. You could ride in the front seat. And ideally, we'd do a citizen's arrest. And we'll take you peacefully directly to the FBI field office in Newark. And you can confess your sins. You'll feel better. Yes, you will go to federal prison, which will then stop the insane amount of fear that people feel from Mayor and Senator Brian Stack, whether it's police officers. And I want to underline, most police officers in Union City, 99%, are really good. Professional. They have protected my rights at least 13 times when they were told to either unlawfully remove me from a building or to arrest me. And a number of those were behind the scenes. That's why we don't have video on that. They did the right thing. Lieutenant Glenn Gaston did the completely wrong thing. But many Union City police officers are terrified of Brian, and they're terrified of retaliation. Many teachers in Union City schools, DPW workers, Department of Public Works, EMS workers, people in Mayor Brian Stack's own city hall are terrified of standing up and speaking out against Brian Stack because of his huge history of retaliation against not just them, against their families, if they happen to have jobs in Union City, or if they have residences. Allegedly, Brian Stack, if you don't give money to his fundraisers or you speak out publicly against him, that Mayor Stack allegedly will send building inspectors out and do erroneous building inspections and find violations worth $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000. Brian Stack owns the judges here in Union City. Who's going to win? Real estate landlords, they're terrified of him. Union City teachers. And I'm encouraging every one of you, stop with you're so afraid of Brian. Stand up peacefully, publicly, because bullies cannot exist when you stand up to them. Again, peacefully. I completely condemn any type of violence 100%. But use your voice. Go to the public meetings. Come on my show with Aria and with Vinny and with Scalzo Photo, who ideally will be at the next one, and David, the Exposure Report, and speak the truth of the retaliation. You all know I've received thousands and thousands, over 5,000 allegations of corruption against Mayor Senator Brian Stack over the last 2 years. And guess what tomorrow is, Aria and Vinny? Tomorrow is unfortunately the 2-year anniversary since myself and Good Guy Activism, who is also a part of our tyranny response team, Good Guy, if you're watching this, it's been 2 years, it'll be 2 years tomorrow to the day that I stepped into Union City City Hall, having no idea. I thought it was a regular routine audit, though we always know there's no such thing as a routine audit. Now, over 5,000 allegations later, and I'm trying to protect children from an alleged predator teacher named Edwin Marinas, who is teaching students right now in Union City schools because Mayor Brian Stack and the entire Board of Education, and Sylvia Abato, the superintendent of schools, refuses to suspend Edwin Marinas, just to spite me. This has nothing to do with me. Now, before we talk to Ray Mitchell, Scalzo Photo here. Can you put that back on screen? Scalzo Photo. And I want to play his video before we, if you have that queued up in a minute. Scalzo Photo, at a recent meeting, this is Scalzo Photo speaking. I described being strangled by a Brian Stack supporter for being associated with Leroy Truth. Stack smiled and he said, "Can you play the clip?" For $4.99, we'll play the clip. Scalzo. And thank you for the super chat. Pause. I'm being attacked in a riot. That is targeted, aggravated assault when someone uses an air horn as a targeted weapon to attempt to get me to leave the public event on a public street and to also injure my ears. And my ears were severely injured, damaged. Right there, you saw an air horn within an inch of my ear. And the police who were assigned there, including Chief Anthony Vicini, extremely corrupt, and others, watched and wouldn't stop the mob from attacking me. And then Scalzo gets strangled and slammed into a van so hard, the van had an indentation of his body in it. And the owner of the van went to the police afterwards to complain, rightfully so. It wasn't Scalzo's fault, against the person who did it, which we still have to make sure he gets arrested, that person. So then you hear Mayor Stack, if you could back it up a little bit, Vinny. Mayor Stack's yelling at Chief Anthony Vicini that he's talking about me. If you can't handle him, I'll handle him. Stack is threatening me right there, but he's all tough because there's 20 people deep between Stack and me. And then only a few minutes later, I'm on the public sidewalk, maybe 20 feet away from Stack, and I'm just filming. And then he says to me, "Stop harassing me. No one's harassing him. I'm filming on a public sidewalk. I was just attacked by a mob of people. So if you can back it up a little bit, and you'll hear, if you can't handle him, I'll handle him. That's Mayor Senator. Full screen, Vinny. Watch this, Scalzo. His camera.
Damn. That shit's not cheap either.
Thousands of dollars.
You're not welcome here.
Wow.
What do you have tied?
I don't speak English.
You just did.
Look at this. That guy. Look at him. He's being strangled.
Captain
Strangled.
He will lie later and claim he was not here and saw nothing.
Oh, pause there. Pause there. Can you go back a little bit? That's Captain Bergbauer. Official misconduct he is guilty of. He's watching Scalzo get attacked and strangled and doesn't stop the attackers. Why? Because he was allegedly told by Mayor Brian Stack, whatever you do, don't let the mob that he allegedly told. I was the target originally. And they were hoping I would push or punch someone after they're blowing the air horns in my ears and surrounding me and hitting me with signs. And I'm not going to do that. And they were trying to bait me. I'm not taking it. But then because Scalzo was there with me, and it was Andre Garces. Was it Andre Garces who identified Scalzo to people? And then they started attacking Scalzo majorly. All right, let's continue and put it full screen again, please.
You just did.
Stop it! Stop!
Look at that.
Captain Bergbauer. He will lie later and claim he was not here and saw nothing.
Larry! Larry! You can't do nothing about it!
Back off! I'm surrounded! Look at that!
The cop here said there's nothing he could do about this guy blowing an air horn.
Man, I gotta pay for the
Yes, you do. Can you go back to that police officer? His name is Jason Bellamy.
Yeah, give me 1 second here.
If you have to play the commercial, play the commercial.
Oh yeah. I'll play the commercial here.
Scalzo's $4.99 can go to that premium, Vinny.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Can you stop this?
You want me to
Go
go back?
a little bit where you see that police officer, Jason Bellamy.
All right. I think this is
Okay.
where we can see it. But that's a powerful
Yeah, look at that. That's at a
tough one.
public event, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Stack, mayor, senator, head of Judiciary Committee, allegedly ordered this mob to do that to me and anyone associated with me. That's not America. And how are all those people not in jail?
And so they probably instructed these people to do it. I mean, I don't know. And then you got Raymond Mitchell, who was choked out. I mean, the
Right.
similarity is there, man. This is what they like to do.
Well,
to
I just
people.
said that. Mayor Stack
Supposedly,
allegedly
yeah.
told those people to do that. Surround me, and then whoever was associated with me to attack them as well. And it's the modus operandi. Mayor Brian Stack allegedly chokes people and strangles them. He's the leader there. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure, don't normalize this, which in Union City, for a lot of the residents, oh, that's just what Stack has done to journalists, especially me. That's criminal. These are federal crimes. To have mob riots attack me and then attack Scalzo? My ears were major damage, and Scalzo was injured also. He was strangled and slammed against the car. And the police let it happen. The Union City Police, who were assigned specifically by Brian Stack, including Captain Bergbauer, who we're going to be doing a major complaint of official misconduct on him, and Chief Anthony Ficini, among others. I mean, what's your comment on that, Vinny?
My comment on Scalzo getting choked out.
Yeah.
I have no comment, man. That I mean, you just don't do that to another human being. I mean, I don't care how much you hate that person. You just don't do it.
No, it's a crime. It's a freaking crime. And where were we? We were on a public street in Union City, New Jersey. And they're telling me, yelling at me to get out, to leave. No, I'm investigating and reporting at a public event in which there are other journalists who aren't getting attacked. And Scalzo was doing the same thing. He's investigating and reporting. And Scalzo doesn't even engage with people. He's the documentarian. He likes to be more on the outskirts and just silently and very quietly and document and record.
Especially with the gear he has. He doesn't have gear. It's delicate. You can't, so people see that, they're going to destroy it.
You're right. When you're talking, can you look at the camera? Because people can't see your face. You're always looking.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. The camera's here. Oh, maybe because the screen is here. Yeah.
You're such a handsome guy. We got to see your face.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
It's way better.
Yeah, like Vinny said, you don't do that. You don't put your hands on people. And yeah, he absolutely can't be somewhere in the middle with all that gear. He's on the outskirts, but they trapped him. So he had nowhere else to go.
Right.
Sad.
He was trapped. I was trapped and surrounded.
Yeah.
Scalzo was trapped and surrounded. These are federal crimes, FBI, not state crimes. And so I'm going to call Ray Mitchell. Oh, is there any more to that video?
There's just 47 minutes of that video.
Oh, okay. No, we'll end it there. All right, so we're going to call Ray now, and Ray Mitchell. So you're going to hear for yourself from him, from the horse's mouth, the human's mouth. And let's give him a call. And here we go. Ray Mitchell, who was allegedly strangled by Mayor Brian Stack, according to him and a witness. Hey, hello, Ray.
Hey, how you doing, Leroy?
Good.
How's everything?
It's kind of hard to hear you. Sound kind of muffled. You're live on Leroy Truth and Interior Response Team show right now.
Can you hear me now, Leroy?
Yeah, it's a lot better. All right, and we just have 2 minutes for this, but I want the people to hear from you. They saw the videos, but if you can share again in your words what happened in, I guess it's called Schutzen Park in North Bergen, and what are you saying that Mayor and Senator Brian Stack did to you?
He put his hands on my neck. He started shaking my neck back and forth. Commissioner Rosario was there, as well as Amelia was there, and a group of other police officers. And
why did he do it, Raymond? What started the whole thing?
Well, there's a couple things. I went to a couple of public meetings, and also there was another guy named Charles Pratt that he came along to one of these commissioners' meetings, and he started telling a group of us what happened in Union City with him and an officer. And when he went back to Brian Stack, and so what happened was I told him to go to one of the Hudson County meetings in Union City and to expose it, because I didn't know if it was true or not, Leroy, So I was like, you know what, Charles, go there, expose it, and then now I find out that it's true what happened. So then what happened was a couple days after, I go to the Schutzen Park holiday party, and that's what happened to me. He put his hands on my neck and started shaking and stuff and saying no one's going to take him out. And everything else that back then I said on the meeting.
And were you injured?
On the videos. What is it?
Were you injured?
Oh, yes, I was. I had a scratch behind my neck.
What happened to your neck? I saw you in a neck brace.
Yeah, my neck was in a neck brace. My back, the way he was moving his hands quickly, I don't know the type of behavior. I didn't know he had this behavior with him, that he would do this to people.
Yeah, it's sick.
So I was in shock. I was nervous. Even when I went through courts and stuff, I couldn't get anywhere. As you see what you're going through with the courts, and I was back then. He has power. You see how he's in the judiciary court. He's a senator. He's a mayor, and everybody else that he gets in through his voting. He, as you can see with Mickey Sherrill, how he's desperately pushing her in.
And by the way, most people don't know we're international here, Ray. Mikey Sherrill is the New Jersey governor-elect. She just won as governor. And why did she win? Because Mayor and Senator Stack endorsed her, and he knows how to get votes out because he allegedly intimidates people to vote for him in the thousands. Plus, he gives thousands of people jobs in New York City, and they're basically his puppets. They'll do anything he says. vote for a turkey, vote for a kumquat, vote for Teletubbies. They'll do it. They would just do anything he tells them. All right, and lastly, Raymond, you had a very clear case, but I saw, in my research, and
I had to drop that, Leroy.
And
There was
why
people
did you
getting
have to drop it?
The retaliation that was coming out of it. They raided my father's house back
Whoa,
then.
okay, wait. Let's start again. So shortly after you came forward, what happened to your father?
A couple months after, in January, my dad's house was raided.
For what reason?
But what reason? It was definitely after Brian Stack put his hands on me. So it was retaliation.
And what do they threaten?
There's no other way that my father's house would be, because he abuses the system, this guy. There's no other way that my father's house will be raided a couple months after he did this in January. So December 14th, 2012, and then January 13th, my father's house was raided.
All right, it's only a month. All right,
it was a month right
and
after.
lastly,
so as you know, that the abuse he does, that he uses any resources he has, he'll use.
Yep. And what was the threat that you had shared about your father? What were they going to do to him?
Well, they put him in a psych ward, and they were going to give him also 5 years in prison. So, and that's why I let it go. And also the other retaliations with my witness and his family. I thought after my father was taken, so, back then I was very nervous and that he could do all this. And with me going through different courts and venues and towns, and then I end up in Bergen County, I said, you know what, let me just drop this and hopefully they could drop my father's thing. And sure enough, after that, they dropped my dad's. He came out and stuff, but he did a little bit of time, for that.
That's insane.
And as you can see, Leroy, with you.
Yeah, look at the retaliation with me, Ray.
That are occurring.
I'm looking at 3 to 5 years. I'm looking at 3 to 5 years in state prison. Retaliation for exposing alleged predator Edward Marinez and many others in Union City schools. So hey, I got to let you go now, Raymond. Thank you for sharing your story with everybody, and God bless you. And we'll be seeing you soon. All right,
Thank you so much, Leroy, and everyone. Thank you so much. Take care.
Okay. All right, and then before we go on to our next chapter, I'm going to call Charles Pratt, who was a resident for many years, and he's been a witness to the attacks against me. And I wanted to just share not a wee bit, but to share a bit about this.
Hello.
Hey, Charles Pratt, this is Leroy Truth, and you're live on Leroy Truth Live with the Tyranny Response Team, and wanted to just have you just share for a couple of minutes what you witnessed in regards to the attacks that Brian Stack has had allegedly done against me since I started investigating and exposing his extreme corruption for now 2 years tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, how you doing? My name is Mr. Charles Pratt. I am definitely not just a witness, but I'm a verified, I'm live to be a live witness because what's going on with Leroy Truth. They did this to me for 25 years when I was tempted away by one of the lieutenant come out of the Union City Police Department and took me in his house and hold me gunpoint and did whatever he wanted to do to me. But then when I went to the prosecutor, they took the whole information and they covered everything up. I couldn't get nobody, whatever they do to me, into a mystical court or nothing. And then also to turn around, well, the topic is I had to move out of the state just to keep the tax from being on my life. And it went all the way to another state of Virginia. And right now, as I speak, they making tax on my life and the police, nobody do anything. And what's going on with Leroy, how they framed him, I watched that video myself and I witnessed it was like a fall, like he made himself fall backwards because he was holding on to Leroy shirt. And what happened, he going back and pulling on Leroy, his hand slipped from the hold that he's pulling Leroy to pull him down. And that's exactly what happened. I witnessed that and I was standing in the federal court and made that statement with my right hand up the air, saying I swear to what I seen on that video, and it couldn't be changed and nobody can force it by something that's fake.
All right, God bless you, Charles. And lastly, before we go, can you share with everyone what you personally witnessed on the March 9th, 2024 riot against me, which was started by Mayor Senator Brian Stack, when he said, "Get him out of here, Chief! Get him out of here!" telling me, to remove it from a room. Chief Anthony Ficini didn't do anything. He did. He ran out of the room and down the sidewalk as this mob of people was descending on me to attack me and physically push me out of a building. So what did you see, Charles?
I can explain that very well. What I witnessed to, not only what I seen, I witnessed when the riot team was against Leroy True. They all just started attacking him their own way, grabbing his camera, trying to destroy the camera, and then the mob team, they all ended up on the street, on the curb of the street. It was this white car, so they pushed Leroy to the car, and then one of the guys fell to the car. He pushed his body to the car itself. Then they try to make it like Leroy, caused the guy injury. Then he claimed he hurt his feet. An ambulance came only from around the corner, right? Put the guy on the ambulance and then dropped him off in front of the precinct.
Oh, pause there, Charles. Pause there. So someone called 911, and this guy, and what was his name again? Marco Veras.
Yes.
And his son is a police officer in Union City Police.
Wow.
And Marco Veras claimed that I bumped into him when the video clearly shows, he bumped into me, and then also fake or intentionally fell, just like Lieutenant Glenn Gaston, and then claimed that it was my fault that he re-injured an ankle that he had an operation on recently. Then he goes into an ambulance. The ambulance takes him, supposed to take him to the hospital, but Charles Pratt happens to be someone always in the right place at the right time. So can you slowly and clearly say, what did that ambulance get to the hospital? Where did you see the ambulance?
Once I witnessed, the ambulance went around the block with the siren on, right? And then after the ambulance turned the corner, the ambulance was out of sight. So someone told me to walk towards the precinct. So as I walked toward the precinct, I happened to see the same guy they put on the ambulance. So my question to him, wasn't you the guy that just got on the ambulance said that you hurt your feet? He go, oh no, I've been hurt my feet. I got to go back to the doctor for follow-up treatment. He pulled up his leg and I seen the band already. I said, oh wow, I can't believe it. I was trying to get a picture, but it was so quick. And I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God. So therefore, in my mind, I'm like, he faked the injury and use government assistance, which is a 911 ambulance that was called. Then he rides around the corner. An ambulance, for one, is not a joyride. If you injured or you need emergency assistance and that ambulance to take you to the hospital, that's exactly what that ambulance was do. But that did not happen. They drew him around the block for a joyride, sitting him right on the bench of the police, in front of the police door, where I witnessed him sitting there, and I had a conversation with him about, I thought you went to the hospital. He told me, no, this didn't happen to my leg. I just got to go off for follow-up treatment. He had a cane.
It's crazy. It was another setup against me, and it was all staged. The ambulance comes at great expense and picks him up, doesn't take him to the hospital, goes a block down the street and lets him out. And I heard he even hugged some of the ambulance drivers as he was getting out.
They took him around the block, and then they let him come back and sit in front of the precinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, well, what are you sitting here for? He said, I'm just resting for a minute so I can head home. When I seen that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. So this go to show you, they don't only fake incident, they also set you up with incidents. If they can't get you one way, they try another way. Here's another thing. I went around Union City a lot of time telling everybody that I've been living around here for 20 years, 25 years of what the officer took me to his house and been on and trying to rape me, right? Then I started telling the store, people I know as friends and everything. You know what started happening to them people? Their business started getting burnt down, and one of the people named Richie, I used to work for him as cleaning the Union City street, and they burned his whole Starvation Army down because he went bragging about what the cop did to me, and he told me also he was a dry clean. He used to come to his Starvation Army and buy dry clean dresses, and then try to get him to go to his house as well. But then they burned his business down and try to set it up on him, make like he burned down his own Salvation Army store and everything. But they didn't want me to talk because I went protesting on my bike a few times, saying what the cop did to me. Then they turned around and tried to slam the letter of no police report on me. Said, we have firsthand that Mr. Charles Pratt had a mental disability. And I was saying, but I said, wait a minute, how could they say they got firsthand that I have a mental disability, but I don't have one out of it? You see all the documents I hold right now in my possession, not keeping it close to me because I got to keep it safe. That is in a book now because this
crazy.
is some hard evidence.
Yep.
I got hard, concrete evidence, and they will not get away with this.
No,
matter
hey, Charles,
if
I got
don't want to do nothing.
to. You have so much more to say, and I don't want to cut you off, but I got to in the interest of time.
Okay.
And we'll have you back on another time. But ladies and gentlemen, there's so much to Charles's story.
Yeah, there's so much.
And I met him
There's so
personally.
much.
He's an awesome guy. I love him. He's one of the nicest men I've ever met in my life. He is such a really nice gentleman. And so thank you, Charles, for sharing, with us today. And we'll definitely be doing more. And we want you to make sure you get justice to the full extent of the law as well.
And they came and raided my house as well. From the prosecutor office, came with guns and lucky my wife was there that time, trying to kill me in my own house.
That's crazy.
3 times they did that. Same time when they choked Ray Mitchell out, because Ray Mitchell told me to go to the meeting. And after Ray told me to go to the meeting, that's when Brian Stack choked him out because he got mad because I went to the meeting. The same guy that did the video that you just showed for Ray, he's the same one that did the video for me at the meeting also.
Crazy. All right, let me let you go here. Much more to be continued. Thank you, Charles, for sharing. I'm so sorry for everything that has happened to you. Yeah, God bless you, my friend.
All right, God bless you.
Okay. Okay. So here we go. And thank you, John Lang. Thank you, John Lang. I didn't realize. Okay. And so now for our final part of the evening today, we're going to talk about this bill. And can you bring the article up from New Jersey Monitor? This, and by the way, what Charles is saying, what Raymond is saying, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Union City residents have been telling me the same stories for the last 2 years. And the county media outlet will expose it. Not a single New Jersey media outlet so far will expose any of this. They fortunately did back when Hudson TV did some really good work there, and they don't do that anymore. But they used to expose Stack, and that was like 12 years ago. Now, this is the core of our show today. There is this new bill that the president of the New Jersey State Senate, Nick Scutari, and it has corrupt Mayor Senator Brian Stack's fingerprints all over it. This bill would take away the final watchdog agency that would investigate and subpoena and hold corrupt government officials in the state of New Jersey accountable so they can go to state prison. This bill removes that. Now, it is insane that this would even be considered, let alone passed. And they've already decided it's going to pass. There's a public hearing tomorrow on it at 10 a.m. in Trenton, New Jersey. Anyone from the public can go there and peacefully and to speak against this bill. However, they've already made up their minds. It's already voted internally because Stack wants it voted because no one in the state will go after him because the Attorney General does have an office called OPIA, which stands for the Office of Public Integrity and Accountability, which is major dirty. Many articles about how major dirty it is, and they even tried to set me up under the guise of investigating Justin Mercado, who is the secretary of the Board of Education, and he's currently one of the Board of Education members covering up for the alleged predator Edwin Marinas, the present assistant principal, who's still working with children even after 2 alleged victims came forward and said that Edwin Marinas allegedly exposed himself to them when they were students at school. He's still working there. And when I was attacked and robbed by Justin Mercado, who aggressively wrestled the cell phone out of my hand on allegedly the orders of Brian Stack to attempt to get my contacts, even though I never bring my contact phones with me to New Jersey. When I did criminal complaints, 6 of them that got to the New Jersey Attorney General, Matt Platkin, I had incontrovertible proof that I was attacked and robbed that was shown on 3 security cameras that were in that building.
Isn't that ironic, Leroy?
Go ahead.
The fact that your phone, a capturing device, caught that got this whole thing started, was captured on another camera recording device.
Right.
Isn't
That's
that
a very
irony?
good point. That's ironic because as
It doesn't
soon
make any
as,
sense.
as soon as Justin Mercado grabbed my phone, when he grabbed it, it turned it off.
Yeah.
And so there was nothing after that. And
He's like, I got it, boss. I got it.
oh,
No, you
but
got
then the
nothing.
exposure report, Aria, he thought he was recording. He had a GoPro at the time, I believe, and it wasn't recording. And then Garden State Accountability was in the other room. And so 3 security cameras that had just recently been installed, major, lot of money, Bella Vista Apartments in New Jersey, captured it. And you know what New Jersey Attorney General Matt Plakett said, Aria and Vinny and everyone else here?
Oh, yes.
No probable cause. No charges will be filed when I gave him incontrovertible proof. He had
On their
the
own
video.
cameras. Their own cameras.
Right. From this building.
Wasn't
Incontrovertible proof. There's no question whether I was attacked or not.
Yeah.
Or for probable cause, that's just probable cause. It's not incontrovertible proof. When you have incontrovertible video proof, it, of course, a prosecutor is going to say, yes, we're going to charge him with all those charges. And he didn't, Aria.
Just so ironic. It's just the irony. It's just weird. Like they're thinking like, oh, I got, this device here that, he's not going to be able to, capture, but let alone your own new security system, just literally capturing you committing a crime. But ridiculous that there's no probable cause, which I don't think it takes you don't have to go to law school to really understand that what you just saw was theft.
Incontrovertible proof is way
100%.
past probable cause. When you have video, there's not a doubt. In other words, well, probable cause means probably what they're claiming, what Leroy Truth is claiming happened. So we'll move forward because you don't need incontrovertible proof. You just need enough probable cause that, the Attorney General, Matt Plakett, would say it probably happened. But when he had the video proof, it's 100% that Justin Mercado gets charged. But allegedly, Mayor Senator Brian Stack said, no, Matt Plakett, you're my little puppet boy, just like all the other ones. So Matt Plakett is compromised. The Attorney General, OPIA, which is under him, which is supposed to investigate corruption and criminals by public employees like Justin Mercado, was compromised. There's only one agency in the entire state of New Jersey left to investigate and subpoena and indict politicians who are corrupt and do criminal actions. And that's Kevin Walsh, the acting Attorney General, the acting New Jersey Comptroller's Office. And this bill, which I'm going to read this article to you now, going to blow you away, will take away all those powers from him, and it will be given to the very people that he's been investigating. And you know why? They're doing this bill because they're upset and irritated that he keeps investigating their corruption and then reporting it on mainstream media and social media. So here, I'm going to read this article for you, and this is going to be our final piece today. But stay tuned. This is wild. And if you can make it a little bigger, Vinny, if possible, I'm going to read it from my phone here. It's hard to see on my computer. And this is an excellent article by NewJerseyMonitor.com. Please go there, read their articles. They are doing some really, really good work. And this is by Dana, I think it's Dana DiFilippo. Dana DiFilippo. And really good journalist. So, new bill, which tomorrow is the public hearing. They just announced this bill a few days ago. I've never seen a bill be announced, public hearing, and then go for a vote in the history of the country as fast as this one, because they want to shove it down people's throats. They want to make it so quick and secretive, no one even knows. It was voted on. And then there's no more watchdog agencies in the entire state of New Jersey. No other state is like this. New bill would curtail powers of New Jersey agency that investigates corruption. Public officials, meaning the corrupt senators and assembly people and corrupt mayors and corrupt prosecutors, etc., and corrupt judges, and they're not all corrupt, I want to be clear. There are many judges that are in integrity. There are numerous ones who are under Brian Stack's control, but many are not. I want to make that clear. And same with the prosecutors. Many are under his control, but many are not. I want to make that clear. Now, public officials, the dirty, corrupt politicians, are angry about the comptroller's probes have pushed for action, meaning they want to take away his powers. So now, just like internal investigations, they can investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing. Oh, Leroy Truth and Scalzo Photo were attacked and injured, and Scalzo was strangled. No crime there. This article just came out November 26, 2025. New Jersey's most powerful state legislator introduced legislation Monday to weaken the powers of a state watchdog agency whose reports on government corruption, waste, and fraud have embarrassed and irritated public officials around the state because they're being investigated for their crimes. They're embarrassed. They should be in prison, and they're irritated. This, like people say, you can't make this up, but you can make anything up. But you don't have to. In New Jersey, the most corrupt state in the nation, you can take all the corruption in all the other 49 states, and it will not be as much as corrupt in the state of New Jersey combined. The bill by Senator Nicholas Scutari, a Democrat out of Union County, is also a puppet boy of Senator and Mayor Brian Stack, does his bidding, who is the Senate president of the New Jersey State Senate, would hand the investigatory powers currently held by the third-party independent state comptroller to the State Commission of Investigation themselves. Officials targeted by the comptroller and groups including the New Jersey Association of Counties have pushed for a probe of his office, complaining about his practices and publicizing its findings. So Kevin Walsh seems like a man of high integrity. He's the acting New Jersey comptroller. They're complaining because he publishes his findings of corruption against the corrupt criminal politicians. This is nuts. God. Oh, I just saw something here. Let's just come in here. And hold on. And I just found out that Stack has some other Facebook page. I gotta check that out. And thank you, John Lang, for that. And continuing here. So officials targeted by the comptroller, meaning they're being investigated for their criminal corruption, and groups including the New Jersey Association of Counties have pushed for a probe of the office, complaining about its practices and publicizing its findings publicly. How dare an independent watchdog agency publish when they find politicians who are corrupt in the state of New Jersey? This is almost like a comedy skit, but like a Saturday Night Live skit, but it's real. So it's not a comedy skit. While the bill says the comptroller's office would be able to continue its core work unabated, this is how they play with words, the office would be stripped of its investigative and subpoena powers. That means it could audit public agencies, but couldn't investigate wrongdoing or compel reforms or indict anybody. So they're just observers. Hey, you're corrupt over there, Mayor Stack, Brian Stack. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. I don't have any power to do anything about it. That's what this bill will do if they vote yes on it. And tomorrow is the public hearing. And I know the ACLU is going to be speaking at that tomorrow. Continuing, a public hearing on the bill is set for 10 a.m. tomorrow, Monday, Eastern Time, before the Senate State Government Committee at the State House in Trenton, New Jersey. Lawmakers often use what they call the brief lame duck session between November's election and January's start of a new legislative session to fast-track controversial or corrupt bills. They don't get more corrupt than this. Scutari did not respond to a request for a comment, no surprise, Wednesday, but his bill characterizes its goal as eliminating duplication among state government oversight entities. How stupid do they think the people are? So they don't want an independent investigative agency investigating themselves. They want to do it themselves and then say, nope, nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't commit any crimes. Wink, wink. All right. The investigations operations of the Office of the State Comptroller is smaller than and different from its main responsibilities, which are medical fraud, procurement oversight, and audit functions. Transferring the investigations function of the State Commission of Investigation does not curtail those responsibilities. This is Nick Scutari, the allegedly very corrupt senator here talking. And it's more logical fit that will capitalize on its experience and success, the bill says. Kevin Walsh, the office's acting controller, doesn't buy the explanation because it's a lie. It's a corrupt lie to protect their corruption. New Jersey transparency at its worst. This is Kevin Walsh, controller. Senator Scutari sneaks in a bill before Thanksgiving to kill OSC investigations. A vote for this bill in New Jersey is a vote for corruption. Period. Full stop. End of sentence. Walsh wrote on social media Tuesday night, God bless you, Kevin Walsh. It is an honor and a pleasure to meet a man of integrity in government. How many have I met so far? Well, none, but I hope to meet you very soon. So there's one I've heard of right now. You, Kevin Walsh, God bless you. Your mother would be very proud of you. Attorney General Matt Platkin, who set me up, it's so corrupt, he can't even deal with the amount of corruption. Attorney General Matt Platkin said on social media that he would testify against the bill Monday tomorrow. He's going to be there at the Senate tomorrow. This Thanksgiving, the New Jersey Senate is killing a government watchdog that stops wasteful spending, giving politically powerful individuals broad powers to intimidate law enforcement, fighting corruption, and even letting them tap phones. Outrageous. They could just tap anyone's phone. Hey, you're watching my live stream right now with the Incident Response Team, ARIA. Please subscribe to ARIA AV Designs and also Vinny, Guard State Accountability, and Scalzo Photo, and the Exposure Report with David Snow. Please subscribe to them on YouTube. And you could say, oh, let's look at Leroy Truth's whole team. Oh, let's look at all the people who are chatting live. Let's tap all their freaking phones. No government watchdog accountability to stop them. As dirty as Matt Platkin is, it's just too dirty for him. That's saying a lot. His work, meaning the New Jersey acting controller, Kevin Walsh, has irked, interesting choice of words, public officials at nearly every level of government, though, and senators have blocked his confirmation. That's why he's still acting New Jersey state controller and not the actual New Jersey state controller, fully. They're blocking him. Why? Because he's doing his job. He's investigating the corruption. And there is no more corrupt place on planet. Well, there could be other corrupt places on planet Earth more corrupt, but not in the United States than in Trenton, New Jersey, with the senators and the assembly. And we're talking Democrats and Republicans. Republicans are just as dirty, just as corrupt. You know that I've had some of my team send probably 15, 20 emails over the last 24 months since I started this investigation to Democrats and Republicans about Brian Stack's corruption. You know how many Republicans emailed me or called me back when I literally had video showing the corruption? 0. Not a single Republican. There are no real Republicans in New Jersey. They're little fake Republicans, or they're Democrats with a little R attached to their name. All little puppets of Brian Stack, all of them. Even Assemblyman Robert Auth, A-U-T-H, when I was interviewing him and trying to get help for 3 women who were allegedly assaulted by a Department of Parks worker, when I'm asking him to look into this and to condemn Brian Stack for it. He's a Republican. And he looked at me, he's like, am I on YouTube now? Yeah. He's like, no. I can't be on YouTube. Mayor Stack's too powerful. I'm running for office again. And he raises like $300,000 in a night. I said to him, what's wrong with you? You're a Republican. You're afraid of upsetting Senator and Mayor Stack? What's wrong with this picture? He was terrified of Stack. But I damn well put him on, it was an interview I did. Damn well put him on YouTube. He probably got a big spanking from Stack. I heard he liked it. That's sad. Continuing. Scutari's bill would more than double state commission of investigator commissioners' annual salary. Their handpicked guy or woman from $35,000 to $75,000. That's suspicious, huh? The agency now has 3 commissioners and an executive director, although it's supposed to have 4 commissioners by law. It would also take the power to appoint the State Commission of Investigations chair away from the governor and give it to the Senate President and Assembly Speaker, Nick Scutari, who is proposing this corrupt bill to take away the watchdog powers completely so they can investigate themselves or not investigate themselves. This is sick. And finishing this, a commission spokesperson, executive director Bruce P. Keller and John P. Lacey, its chair, did not respond to Wednesday to request for comment. So President Nick Scutari didn't bother getting back to anyone about the bill. And these other people as well, Bruce P. Keller and John P. Lacey, wouldn't comment to the New Jersey Monitor. Keller told the Asbury Park Press this month that he does not support eliminating government watchdogs. Keller said that. Well, that's interesting. There's plenty of work to go around, Keller told the newspaper. So if your question is a version of the thing that we've all heard, which is, are there too many watchdog agencies? My answer is hell no, there aren't enough. And in the state of New Jersey, they should have a government watchdog person assigned to each and every politician in the entire state of New Jersey. Every state senator, every state assemblyman and assemblywoman, every mayor, every prosecutor, and every judge, and every council person and commissioner should all have their own their own watchdog person assigned to them, because that's how corrupt and dirty it is. And how do we make New Jersey free again? It's called the Big Reset. And I'm going to declare this today, called the Big Reset. That's where the FBI comes in and investigates and indicts and arrests every single corrupt politician. I think there would be a lot of openings, Vinny and Aria, when that happens. The whole state, it needs a reboot, a peaceful reboot, by having all these corrupt politicians all across New Jersey arrested. So in finishing up tonight, final thoughts, Mr. Vinny, accountability for all. You're muted.
So I'm trying to be quiet over here. I'm kind of sick. I don't know if you can hear it or see my nose is all
hear
red.
it now. Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that this bill shouldn't be passed, and if it does, I mean, we're in a world of trouble. And I found something interesting. It's that, I mean, they don't want other agencies auditing themselves. Was that what they were saying?
They don't want a third-party independent watchdog agency investigating their corruption. So they're going to eliminate the powers from the agency so they can be 100% responsible for investigating their own corruption. That's what the bill is. And it's going to pass. It's already been decided by Senator and Mayor Brian Stack, who controls every single senator in the state of New Jersey and every single assemblyman and assemblywoman in the state of New Jersey.
That's true. That's crazy.
It's gonna pass no matter what anyone says tomorrow.
100%, because like you said, Stack, he's basically like he's covering everything, right? He can get away allegedly with all this without getting in trouble, because who's going to punish him? Himself. So he's not going to hold himself accountable.
Right.
So that's the. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if this passes, and I mean, Stack has got control of everything. So really,
yep. And it's not going to allegedly get rid of those powers. They will have the New Jersey state comptroller will have no more powers. Done.
Right. Yeah.
And again, it's already going to pass. There's no way it's not going to pass tomorrow. And if it doesn't pass, I'm sorry, there's no way it's going to not pass. No, right.
Yeah.
There's no way it's going to not pass tomorrow. And if it doesn't, there's always a miracle possibility. So I'm giving it a 1/10 of 1%, and we'll definitely do another live if it doesn't pass, which it shouldn't pass. That literally is a bill that Fidel Castro and Idi Amin and the president of North Korea and President Putin of Russia and the Iran government, they would love that bill. Any country with dictators, they would say, wow, you people in the New Jersey State Senate and Assembly, you're freaking geniuses. How are you doing this in a so-called free country? Because we're not anymore. We play one on TV and YouTube. Proof's in the pudding here. So final words, Aria.
Top it all off. Yeah, they're not going to clearly want to hold themselves accountable, and they're not going to let anyone expose their corruption. So, really, you got to, the way to kill the snake is just, you got to get it from the top of the head, man, and the rest will die. But it's just one of those things. Nothing could be changed when that one person is controlling everything, judges and prosecutors and all this crap. This isn't a law. It's not a law anymore. You can't do this. So he got grandfathered in, and it's just ass backwards that there's a reason why they don't do this, and so there's a reason why this shouldn't be allowed anymore. So I think it just needs to end with him and stop, and like used to clean house and just get rid of the toxic cancer, and give Jersey City a fresh start, man. Jesus, enough is enough.
Union City,
excuse me. Sorry,
and the whole state area.
Yeah, all of New Jersey, all of them, man. We're all one. Come on, it's enough is enough.
All right, and I'm not sure if Chili's still on here. Delete laws. People had sent me your video or they told me about it. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing my video, raising some money for my Chili. Thank you. So if he's still here, if you're hearing this, thank you. And if he's not, if anyone who's connected with Chili can thank him on my behalf. And he was out there. He did a really, really good spot about the false charges that were done on me, the unlawful arrest, the violent unlawful arrest. I was injured in the process, sent to jail. And I'm looking at 3 to 5 years. So again, thank you, Delete Laws, for your support. And any other videos you can do about this, then I really appreciate that as well. And again, GoFundMe, if you've been putting it on there, anyone to share to even $1 to support my legal defense fund. We have to raise $15,000 for it. I've been in court for 2 years, and the money's gone. So that's because Stack owns the judiciary. He allegedly tampers with judges and with prosecutors. Not all of them, fortunately, but numerous ones. I've been in court for 2 years fighting bogus, false charges, and everything's been dismissed so far. Everything. But the process is the punishment. And Made in America, God bless you. Thank you, $9.99 super chat. Really appreciate that. And everything helps. And we also got super chats. Juggalasis, $10. God bless you. Vermont Press Release, $5. Keep your head. Or I think that was from a previous live stream. Actually,
previous, yeah.
It doesn't. We should find a way to reset these. Scalzo Photo, God bless you, my friend. Hope to see you soon.
We got Ripple Effect.
Hold on, I want to finish Scalzo. And Scalzo Photo, thank you. $4.99 super chat. Again, to underline, at a recent meeting, you described being strangled by a Brian Stack supporter, which everyone saw today, and for being associated with yours truly, Leroy Truth. Stack smiled, and we played the clip, and Stack laughs. He thinks it's funny. And Ripple Effects Media, $1. Everything is helpful. So God bless you all. Thank you, Vinny, for producing the show. You did a really good job, as always. And thank you, Aria, for all your incredible edits that you're doing, everything you do behind the scenes. And we'll talk after as well. And so stay on here. And also, God bless the Exposure Report. He has had a lot of work that he's had to do. And that's why he's not with us, but he is here in spirit. This is David with the Exposure Report, David Snow. He's awesome. He's got a lot of work he's doing and so forth. And Scalzo Photo, he's going to join us hopefully next week. We're going to do this every week at 9 p.m. going forward. So God bless you.
I do want to plug something in.
Hold on. I appreciate every single one of you so much for joining us tonight for our time. And Vinny, go ahead.
I just wanted to plug something in real fast. Social Justice Water Pipe did a video about Sayreville, where a councilwoman was pew-pewed 14 times. He did a documentary, so if you guys wanted to check that out.
Yes, and that is a really important piece. So please subscribe. And on YouTube, it's Social Justice Warrior on YouTube, Vinny?
Water Pipe.
So I keep saying Warrior.
I know.
Social Justice Water Pipe on YouTube. Please subscribe to Mikey. He's a very good friend of mine and of all of us. He's one of the most intelligent, one of the best speakers, one of the most intentional, thoughtful men I've ever met in this work. And he speaks at every meeting, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meetings. He's everywhere. He did an extraordinary documentary that he released today on his Facebook, which is that Social Justice Water Pipe, or is that Mikey?
No, it's Mikey Venzilios on Facebook.
Yeah. All right. Mikey Venzilios, if you can't spell that, I may not spell that clearly. Go to YouTube, social justice water pipe. There was a councilwoman who was also the public liaison with the police. And she had just spoken at a meeting and said that when she was growing up, she didn't like the police. She had a lot of bad experiences. However, she had evolved her, or changed her perspective because she started having some good experiences with police. But I heard there was some police that didn't like that. She didn't like that when she was a kid, and they didn't want her to continue as the public liaison between the public and the police. And it was a 3-3 vote tie, and the mayor of the city, Sayreville, broke the tie to keep her on. And shortly after that, someone went up to her car and pew-pewed her 14 times, including at least 5 times or 7 times in the face. And sick. However, inexplicably, within 2 weeks, I was told, and this is not confirmed this time frame, but within 2 weeks, I was told New Jersey Governor Murphy allegedly said it was not a politically motivated pew-pew. How would you know? Are you a psychic, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy? Oh, that's right. You are controlled by your Grand Lord and Overlord Master, Dark Sith, Mayor Senator Brian Stack as well. Just like Mikey Sherrill is, but I'm hoping that I can help her free herself from Mayor and Senator Brian Stack. I'm going to attempt to meet with her personally along with my team to see if she will do the right thing. And I'm hoping she does. So God bless you all. Thank you again, Vinny, the Exposure Report, Aria, and please subscribe to my channel as well, Leroy Truth. I'm this close from 60,000 subscribers, on our way to 100,000 subscribers and beyond. So God bless you all. Thanks for your support of the work. And I am so grateful to each and every one of you. You are the true patriots. God bless you all. I am Leroy Truth.